Unaona za Chinyamata, Masewelo, Nijikalilwe, Tiente Kalili. Well, if you're just joining us, you're watching Parliament Television. Today is Tuesday, 2nd December 2025. We continue with our live broadcast of the first meeting in the 52nd session of Parliament. Just a reminder that yesterday, 1st December 2025, Parliament passed the 2025-2026 mid-year revised budget, following an upward revision of 8.589 trillion kwacha has since been appropriated to the consolidated recurrent and development account. Now a quick look at today's business according to the order paper. The House is expected to tackle questions on notice to ministers for oral reprise. That's under general business. Some of the questions expected in the House are those brought forward from previous order papers. Among the ministries expected to take questions are Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Ministry of Agriculture, Irrigation and Water Development, Ministry of Transport and Public Works, and Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. We now cross over to the chamber as deliberations will commence any moment from now. My name is Fanny Mbwana. Stay tuned.
Honorable members, Mr. First Deputy Speaker,
Macheni too. Sikulina moya mzangu tiza sazika upanga koje to contribute formally.
Let us pray. Almighty God, who in wisdom and goodness has appointed the office of rulers and parliaments for the welfare of society and just government of the people, we ask you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom we have pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this land. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come to our deliberations in so just and faithful manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this country and of those whose interest you have committed to our church. Amen.
General business, communication from the chair.
Good morning, honored members. It's a Tuesday, the 2nd of December. Welcome to the House. The chair has no communication to make this far. Thank you.
General business, questions to ministers for oral replies.
See, Leader.
First Deputy Speaker, good morning. And honorable colleagues, welcome back to the House this morning. Believing that you had a good night. We will start the morning today with questions to be responded to by the Minister of Education, and then move to agriculture, and then transport. Immediately after question time, First Deputy Speaker, we will take the report by the Legal Affairs Committee, your committee, that met over the weekend to look at the bill. And later this afternoon, I will call for a supplementary order paper that will contain the 3 bills that I mentioned yesterday. The supplementary appropriation, I hope I'm right, and then 2 bills, the taxation amendment and I'm not able to record the other one, but there will be supplementary appropriation, value-added tax amendment, and the taxation amendment. So these will come in the afternoon after lunch break. We will be requesting your office to produce a supplementary order paper that will contain these 3 bills on account of the fact that we've not been able to secure the bill numbers. So once we've gotten those numbers, they'll be inserted on the bills and then we'll introduce them on the supplementary order paper. I submit, First Deputy Speaker.
Leader, your guidance on the questions is noted. The chair here would like to seek clarification from your office, Leader, on the report of the bill. As you remember, that report comes on the 2nd reading of the bill number 2 of 2025, private members bill, and we need guidance. Is the bill coming today? Is it a consensus? Because that is on the 2nd reading of the bill.
First Deputy Speaker, you will recall that you had requested your committee to meet over the weekend in Salima. Now the committee met. Today, we expect them to produce the report, read the report in the House. When the report is read, the bill will obviously come on Thursday, because that was the understanding.
Leader, it looks like the bill is at 2nd reading, and the committee met to discuss on the bill, and they have produced a report. Immediately we table the report today, we make a commitment to continue with the bill today. Or at one point you can curtail to continue the bill on Thursday. It will be up to you. But it's solely up to you. You know where to curtail. Possibly after the discussion on the report, you can curtail that the bill process should continue on Thursday, that is also possible. Sure, Leader. Thank you. So you're going to be moving now for the supplementary order paper or later on when you get the numbers to the bill? And should that supplementary order paper contain the bill or the reporting of the private member's bill?
First Deputy Speaker, the supplementary order paper, because it would appear that in today's order paper, the issue of this bill has not been highlighted. So what we'll do is that when we will be asking for the supplementary order paper, we'll also include a report on that bill. And as the right guided, I will be making pronouncements at an appropriate time. But for the supplementary order paper, then you need to have 4 items. So the 3 bills as well as a report on this bill.
Thank you very much, Leader. When you are ready with that business, let us know. And at that time, we'll be moving the 4 bills to the supplementary order paper, but it will be guided by your office. At what level are you dealing with the private member's bill? Thank you very much. Honour members, we now go to question time. Questions to the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. Question number 12. The Honourable Member for Ncheu Central East. Ncheu Central East, you have the floor.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Ncheu Central East. Indeed, that question is from the people of Ncheu Central East.
Thank you. Honour Minister of Education.
Thank you, Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker, for the opportunity given to the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology to respond to the question from my very dear brother, the Honourable Member of Parliament for Ncheu Central East. The Honourable Member from Ncheu Central East is asking the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology to consider constructing Banda Secondary School in Sub-TA Nkutumula. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, what is interesting and noteworthy is the honourable colleague does not indicate what is the reason for asking for the school. But I think there is an answer. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, we have 2 community-day secondary schools in the area, namely Chikande and Birira community-day secondary schools. These 2 secondary schools are 7 kilometers away from the location called Banda, where the Honourable Member would like to construct a new secondary school. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the total Standard 8 output for the feeder schools in this area, namely Banda Primary School, Chikande Primary School, Komba Primary School, Mute Primary School, and Mapondera School is about 240, which is, in the view of the ministry, not the kind of number that would require a 3rd secondary school in the area. And when you look at the distances, they are not very far. Like I said, 7 kilometers from Banda. Moving forward, we will consider the Honourable Member's request. But as of today, maybe we should give preference to the constituencies or the areas where children are walking 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers to go to secondary school. This is a noble request, but it will be addressed at a time when those that are in greatest need are assisted. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you. I see the honorable member for Chitipa East. I see the honorable member for Nkatabe Central. Then honorable member Deza Zalanyama. In that order, please. Chitipa East, you have the floor.
First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Chitipa East to ask a supplementary question. I wanted to draw the attention of the Minister of Education to ask a supplementary question. Honorable Minister, I wanted to find out if there is a special program within your ministry to construct school blocks and science laboratories. In my constituency, most of the school blocks were built by the community and are in a dilapidated state. We need answers to this, to just find out if there's a special program within the ministry to address these issues. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable member for Nkatabe Central, Adavua.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. I would like to ask the Honorable Minister of Education, who is my Vice President for the Eastern Region and good friend. Honorable Minister, sir, I have a school in my constituency known as Chisangawe. Chisangawe Community Day Secondary School is in the area of Sabutie Koza at the Toto Chisangawe. We have a great need for classroom blocks and teacher houses. Since it was started, there has been no government support in terms of infrastructure, classroom blocks and teacher houses. Honorable Minister, sir, can the Ministry of Education come in to assist the people of Sabutie Koza at the Toto Chisangawe? Thank you, First Deputy Speaker. Sir, I submit.
Thank you. The honourable member for Deza Zalanyama. Please use your microphone.
Thank you so much, First Deputy Speaker, sir, for recognizing the people of Deza Zalanyama constituency. Since this is my first time to speak in this August House, let me congratulate you for assuming that high office together with the Speaker. To the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, I just wanted to ask your minister if you can consider constructing girls' hostels at Matundu CDCS so that girls' dropout should be minimized, since girls commute from various homes. Some tend to leave school before reaching Form 4, and other girls are impregnated because they stay around on the trading, which gives chance to other people to abuse them. I submit, Honorable Minister. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Minister for Education, Science and Technology.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Let me thank the Honorable Member for Chitipa East for his question, which was a general question in terms of policy. I would like to assure the Honorable Member that Yes, we have a program for constructing secondary schools, and as of now, this program of constructing secondary schools is actually enhanced because we would like to build as many secondary schools as possible to accommodate the increase in number of students that will emanate from the abolition of fees. So construction of secondary schools has been an ongoing program over the years. We have never stopped building secondary schools. But this year and moving forward, we'll enhance this program so that we build as many secondary schools as are necessary. Let me also confirm that a laboratory and a library are necessary infrastructure that must be present at every secondary school that is currently being constructed. So, Honorable Member, should there be need for laboratories and libraries at any of your secondary schools, the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology will certainly oblige. The Honorable Member for Kadabe Central, I would like to confirm that he is indeed my dear brother from a long time ago. He has asked me to provide classroom blocks and teachers' houses at Chisangawe Community Day Secondary School. He stated in his question that since the secondary school was constructed, I assume with community participation, the Honorable Member says that there has been no government input on the school. I would like not to disagree with the Honorable Member, although I suspect that most of the money that built this school were public funds. Nonetheless, I would like to assure the Honorable Member that when we evaluate the number of students at the school, we will certainly increase the number of classroom blocks to ensure that the pupil classroom ratio that is desirable at this point in time is respected. We also acknowledge the need for teachers' houses because when teachers do not have anywhere to live near the school, then they come to school late or they are absent and various other challenges that they face. So we endeavor to provide teachers' houses at these schools. So the Honorable Member must be assured that we will consider his request favorably and provide the classroom blocks and the teachers' houses as requested. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, First Deputy Speaker. Deza Zaranyama, girls' hostels at Matundu, I think. Matundu Community Day Secondary School. I repeated that carefully because of the name, that name's closest to Mitundu. So it's Matundu Community Day Secondary School. Honorable Member, we have noted your request for girls' hostels at Matundu Community Day Secondary School. We share your concerns regarding the perils girls face when traveling long distances to access secondary education. We will assist you, Honorable Member, with the hostels, but a more permanent solution is to build another community day secondary school in the locality so that the girls do not walk a long distance. So, Honorable Member, we'll be sending education experts to your constituency to evaluate how best we can intervene, but be assured of government's intervention. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you. We now move to question number 36, coming from the Honorable Member for Baraka Ngwangwa.
Thank you.
Baraka Ngwangwa, you have the floor.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing people of Baraka Ngwangwa. This is to confirm that question number 36 is indeed coming from Baraka Ngwangwa, particularly from Chief Senior Chief Sawari, Mulangari, Kabandatsitsi, Shumatiro and Poto. Thank you, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable Minister of Education.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. And through you, allow me to thank the Honourable Member for Balaka for his question. The Honourable Member for Balaka is asking the Minister of Education, Science and Technology to consider constructing a community-day secondary school at Sawali Trading Center. As the students from Senior Chief Sawali area, including Kapandatsisi, travel long distances to access a secondary school at Toleza CDSS or Chenda Usiku CDSS. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, allow me to thank the Honourable Member of Parliament for Balaka for this question. Mr. Speaker, I would like to agree with the Honourable Member that students from Sawali, Ndandanda, Chinkwakwa, Ntumba, Kapandatsisi primary schools travel more than 10 kilometers to access secondary education at Toleza, Chenda Usiku, and the Chembera community day secondary schools. These distances are against my ministry's policy of 5 kilometers that secondary school students must walk to access education. This situation poses serious risks, particularly to girls who drop out of school or who are exposed to a number of challenges as they walk to and from school. Furthermore, during the rainy season, roads from these feeder areas become almost impassable, further hindering access to education. Construction of the CDSS at Sawali will therefore significantly mitigate the challenges students are experiencing. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, once constructed, the proposed Sawali Community Secondary School will help to decongest both Chenda Usiku Community Secondary School, which currently has 7 feeder schools, and the Chembera CDSS, which has 10 feeder schools. Constructing a school at Sawali ultimately will increase the number of students accessing secondary education in the honorable members area. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, my ministry will consider Sawali Community Secondary School as a priority. We will work with the honorable member and the Balaka District Council to ensure that Sawali Community Secondary School is constructed as soon as possible. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
I recognize the honourable member right here, the first one here. What constituency is that? Nchisi West, Zomba, Tondwe, and the honourable member at the back, Blantyre Southeast. In that order, please. Can I also remind the honourable members that are moving from their seats and open this house as a chat box? Traditionally, that's not the decorum of this house. Can we desist from moving from our seats and stand next to an honorable member and start to chat for a very, very long time? I'm observing you, please don't do that again. I will not be mentioning names of your constituencies because your people don't see you like that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people from Senior Chief Malenga, Sabtie Masanya, and Tie Sauka. First and foremost, let me congratulate you for assuming that role of a First Deputy Speaker. You must know I had already recognized the Second Deputy Speaker. I had already congratulated her, and I'll keep congratulating you, sir, each time you recognize the people of Chis West.
Honourable Member, is that to bribe me so I should be recognizing you?
Congratulations to all the honourable ministers. Special congratulations to the Minister of Labour, who happens to be a colleague in career and profession. Mr. Honourable Minister of Education, I wanted to bring to your attention that in Nchisi West, in senior group Chimbalu, we have a structure, a looped structure that has been there since the UDF era. It has no walls, though the pupils use it, but it becomes difficult during the rainy season. As we speak, it's rainy season now. What it means, the block can never be used. But if we put panels to this structure, we will have 2 classroom blocks. I wish to ask your ministry, Honourable Minister, to help the people of Nchisi West have this structure built properly so that it can be used. Besides, we have a structure, a foundation at Nyangoza CDSS. The contractor abandoned the foundation some 10 years ago. I wanted to check with your ministry if this foundation could be, you could consider sending new contractors, because the foundation was meant to be a girls' hostel. We have girls that lend houses that are not fit for girls, and we risk their lives. I submit. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The honourable member for Zomba Tondwe.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Zomba Tondwe. Right Honourable Deputy Speaker, I rise to request the responsible Minister for Education to consider the construction of community day secondary schools in Likomo, Group Village Likomo in Zomba Tondwe, which would be, the first one would be serving schools like Malonje Primary School, Sabola Primary School, Macheleni Primary School, Jenala, Sambalendo, and Ikailamadzi. These are primary schools which don't have any secondary school around, and the distances are quite huge. So I would like to request the responsible minister to consider the construction of that community day secondary school, particularly for Molin, because it is centrally positioned, covering these mentioned primary schools. I would like to mention that the place for the construction has already been identified. If funds were allowed, we won't have issues like people demanding compensations after construction, like the way the minister mentioned. Similarly, Right Deputy Speaker, I would like to request the minister as well to consider construction of a similar secondary school around the Jumbe GVH, where we also have land already identified, and there have been cases where there were attempts previously to construct this kind of structure, but because of the limited resources, nothing has happened so far.
Thank you.
To request Minister to consider those two, and just one more time to assure him that the land has already been identified. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I guide the House honourable members that the supplementary question should be related to the answers that have been provided to a specific question by the honourable minister, so that he doesn't have to look around for new questions at the supplementary level, because the research needs to be done for them to prepare, and this applies to all honorable ministers that have questions on the order paper. The honorable member for Blantyre South East.
Thank you very much for recognizing me. My question is, at local level, especially with the primary schools, you find that we have got LOEA primary schools that are wholly owned by the councils. And we have got the primary schools that are owned by CCP Church, some are owned by Catholic Church. And you have seen that the interest of everybody here is to invest in the primary schools and to expand the primary schools by building more teacher houses, to build more classrooms. I want to understand from the minister if there is any memorandum of understanding between the minister.
Cholo Mangunda, please go back to your position. Thank you.
If there is any memorandum of understanding between the Minister of Education and the churches, because I'm looking at the heavy investment that we are putting forward to the schools. What if in the near future, or 10 years coming, or 20 years coming, if the school says that they are going private, and they are claiming that the schools, they own the schools. So I wanted to understand, are we aware that whatever we are building now, some of these schools belong to the churches?
Thank you. Honourable Minister of Education.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. And let me thank the honourable member for Jesus West for his question. Firstly, he's talking about a structure that has got a roof only and without walls. That obviously is surprising. Let me assure the honorable member that we discontinued infrastructure that is not up to the requisite standard. Therefore, a structure which has got only the roof and no walls is not what we consider a classroom block. That's just a shelter, maybe for something else. So, honorable member, be assured that we will regularize the matter so that the children in your area, especially at secondary school level, are learning in a conducive environment. Indeed, as you rightly pointed out, when there's rain, how can you learn in a situation where there's no wall to protect the children from the rainwater? So be assured that we will investigate this matter and address it accordingly within the shortest period of time. With regard to the foundation at Nyangoza Community Day Secondary School, that was intended for girls' hostel and abandoned by the contractor. Honorable member, I want to thank you for bringing this matter to the attention of the ministry. We will investigate the matter very closely to establish the reasons for the abandonment, why the contractor abandoned the project, and we will address it as the situation and the facts will disclose. Zomba Tondwe, thank you for your question regarding a community day secondary school in the area of traditional authority, Rikomo. Honorable member indicated that if a secondary school is located at Moleni, then it will have 6 feeder primary schools to send students from 6 primary schools will be able to send their students to Moleni Secondary School. and that a place has already been identified. I would like to thank the honorable member for this offer of land. I want to confirm that 6 feeder schools are sufficient to justify a secondary school. So your secondary school will be constructed in the immediate future as soon as possible. I would like also to assure the honorable member, or to inform the honorable member, that parliamentary proceedings are placed on record. You have assured us that the place that you are offering us is free, and that government will not be sued. So if we are sued later, we'll take the transcript from Parliament to confirm that you had offered this land to us for free. But thank you very much, honorable member, for this. Similarly, a school at Jube GVH, we take note of this request, honorable member. We shall investigate the requirement for a school at this location, and also the availability of land which you have indicated, and will support the community in Zomba Tondwe to ensure that education is easily accessible to the students of your constituency, honorable member. And the honorable member for Blantyre Southeast, let me place on record that in this country we have benefited a lot from infrastructure built by the churches. It would be very wrong for us to not acknowledge that point. Both the Catholic Church, the CCAP, and other churches have built schools in this country where we have sent our children to learn. And in many instances, we have had no challenges regarding ownership of these schools because they're available to the community, and we, in the Ministry of Education, send teachers to these schools, headmasters and all teachers. We pay this to the teachers, we maintain the school, we provide SIG to these schools. So I don't think that we should start getting worried about this, because if, for example, a situation as Hinares happened to all the schools that our faith community has built for us in this country, it would be a crisis. So, honorable member, let's not worry before a problem arises. We are grateful to the churches for the support they give to this country in terms of education. And for now, let me leave it at that. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. We now move to question number 37. The honorable member for Zomba Ntonya. Honorable member, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for recognizing people of Zomba Ntonya. And I would like to confirm that question number 37 indeed comes from my constituency, especially from the people of Group Village Head Lambulila, Chilope, Nachuma, and Chirombo. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, for the opportunity to respond to the question submitted to the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology from the Honorable Member of Zomba Ntonya. Let me thank the Honorable Member of Parliament for Zomba Ntonya for this question, in which he is asking for my ministry for the status of unfinished science laboratories at Insala and Ulumba community day secondary schools, which are at 50%. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, it is my minister's policy that every school should have a minimum infrastructure package. And this includes 1, administration block, 2, science laboratory, 3 library, 4 classroom blocks, and 5 staff houses, amongst other facilities, not to mention toilets and other things. These are crucial in as far as improving the quality of education across the country is concerned. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me inform the House that construction of science and IC laboratories at Insala Community Day Secondary School is currently underway through the ECOS project, a World Bank-funded initiative. Currently, structural works are at 75%, so we have moved from the 50%. And the procurement of science chemicals and apparatus is complete, just awaiting delivery. Furthermore, the honorable member may wish to note that laboratory stools and other laboratory furniture were already delivered to the school. However, completion of these facilities is dependent on the release of additional funds from the World Bank, which should happen very, very soon. Based on current projections, the laboratories are expected to be completed sometime in very early next year, very early next year. Let me also inform the House that Zomba District Council constructed a science laboratory at Ulumba CDSS using CDF. In this regard, I request the honorable member to present the issue to the Council and lobby for more funds for the completion of the project, taking advantage of the CDF 5 billion that is in the offing. But whatever the case may be, I would like to assure the honorable member that all these infrastructure will be completed before the next financial year so that our students in Nzomba and Tonya have proper education facilities. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you. I recognize the honorable member for Nkatabe West, Zomba City, and the honorable member for Mchinji Northeast. In that order, please.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing Nkatabe West to ask the supplementary question. Mine is to ask the Honorable Minister. I reckon back in 2023, under the previous regime, Kawala's Community Day Secondary School was given girls' hostels. Up to now,
Minister of Health, order.
Sorry.
Please go back and sit. Go.
Up to now,
take up a seat, any seat at the back. Thank you.
We don't have yet. I acknowledge we got CDF along, but since we are already given these ones, I want to know the position of Nkatabe West, is particularly from GVH Nyakula. Then there's Chihame Primary School. This school is at the center of Kawala's estate company. It's heavily congested. I can recall maybe one classroom, especially these junior ones, they will be having maybe close to 300 learners, but we don't have enough classrooms. Then Mzenga Secondary School, it was serving as a community day secondary school, but now it's being considered as a national school. We're asking for another community day secondary school at Mzenga area. Then I've got a message to you, Minister, from one of a payer from my constituency. They're asking if you have to send your people in your ministry about the malpractice happening at Nkatabe District Education Council. They're saying there is a sabotage there happening. There's diet funds for MCP members there who are there to tarnish the name of DPP. May I kindly ask your ministry to look at it into this matter?
You.
Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Member for Zomba City South.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to speak. First, I should congratulate the Honourable Minister of Education for ascending to that ministerial position. The people of Zomba City South would like to congratulate you, sir, and also wish you well. They know you are an able minister, and the education sector is in safe hands under your leadership. Honourable Minister, I would like to also commend you and the DPP government for assuring all of us that all infrastructure projects under the Education Ministry that were not completed, you are going to complete. And therefore, we would like to also remind you that as you are finishing all the other infrastructure projects under your ministry, you should not forget the people of Zomba City South, especially the completion of Magumba Secondary School, which the DPP government initiated in 2019. It has been stagnant and dormant since 2020 when DPP left the government. Up to now, nothing is happening, but it's at 90% completion. So I'd like to remind you, sir, and request you on behalf of the people of Zomba City South constituency that as you're completing all the infrastructure works under Ministry of Education, you should also remember the Magumba Secondary School. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable members, if I give you an order while you're blocking the speaker from directly facing the member holding the floor, immediately after the speaker has completed that conversation with the honourable member, you can go back to your seat. The other issue, some honourable members, when I give them order, they're exiting the chamber. You're not supposed to, you seriously not supposed to exit the chamber because it's not 105. I just wanted to clarify that. One honorable member this morning left the chamber when I gave them the order. So we don't want your constituents to think I've given you 105. You are not any under 105 order, standing order. So please, just maintain the decorum of the House and avoid blocking this chair when a member is holding the floor. Honourable member from Chinji, Northeast, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Honourable First Deputy Speaker, sir. And thank you for granting people of Chinji, Northeast, an opportunity to ask the supplementary question. Honourable First Deputy Speaker, sir, we are lucky that we are given ICT equipment at Gandali, Chambedzi, and the Gumba Community Day Secondary Schools. But the laptops and other ICT equipment are not operational as we are speaking now because the three centers do not have electricity. I would like, through you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, to ask Minister of Education if they can help us electrify 3 community day secondary schools for them to start using the ICT equipment that is just sitting idle at these 3 community day secondary schools. The other supplementary question, Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, is that Nchinji is one of the districts with highest school dropouts, especially among girls. There are several factors that we can contribute due to this phenomenon. One of such is long distances and poverty. I would like, through you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, to ask the minister responsible if they can consider constructing girls' hostels at the 3 secondary schools, Gandali, Chambedzi, and Gumba secondary schools, for the girls who are just, dropping out to continue being in school. Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Before I recognize the Honorable Minister, the chair seated here is being saddened to see the energy that we are investing in asking for infrastructure for our various schools and seeing a school in Kasungu called Chamba Secondary School in fire because students there did not agree with the head teacher of the school, and they resort to burning the whole school to ashes, while us, their representatives here, are busy planning for better infrastructure in their schools. I would like the Honourable Minister and the responsible Member of Parliament for the area to take notice of this, and all of us Honourable Members to take notice on how precious these resources are to the economic development of our country. Thank you very much. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. First, let me commend you, thank you, and applaud you for the wise words that you have spoken this morning regarding the need for us to take care of the infrastructure that this nation provides. These schools are built with lots of money, and it is unfortunate to see that some hoodlum or Trump can put all that to flames. But I think that what is needed is the proper discipline of our children and the requisite punishment for those responsible so that others can draw lessons from such kind of punishment. Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for your intervention on that point. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, my colleague from Nkatabe West is asking for girls' hostels at Chihame that were started in 2023 and not completed. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, you have advised honorable members about bringing completely new questions. This is one such, but we have the name of the school, and I would like to assure the honorable member that this matter will be investigated and the works will be completed by the government of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. Honorable member, you did also ask about primary school. Let me assure or bring to the attention of the honorable members that under Section 12 of the Education Act, these matters regarding primary schools should be handled at council level. The language of the section is clear as to the responsibility for providing primary schools in our areas. I've also taken note of the problem at Mzenga Community Day Secondary School. My staff are in this building. I have taken note of your request, honorable member, and we shall deal with it accordingly. I would like to mention, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that in the offices there are office politics. We would expect people to be professional, and sometimes they are not. And wherever there is a departure and deviation from professionalism and people are beginning to be political, we address those matters as appropriate. So we have taken note of the situation in Nkatabe. We will not ignore it. It will be addressed if it does exist, as he says. Ms. Zomba City South, a very eminent brother of mine, thank you very much for the very warm congratulations and commendations that you have given me. I deeply appreciate and inspiring to receive such from yourself. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to assure the honorable member that the DPP government under Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika will indeed complete all the infrastructure currently underway to ensure that our children do go to schools that meet the standards expected of our secondary schools. In that vein, let me assure the honorable member that Maguva Community Day Secondary School in his constituency, which is 90% complete, will be completed. I'm just imagining that what is remaining is 10% to complete it and for children to have access to quality education in a conducive environment. So I would like to assure the honorable member that within this week, I emphasize that point, the Maguva Community Day Secondary School will be visited by officials to assess what is remaining, and the works will be undertaken as soon as possible. In Chinji Northeast, ICT facilities provided at Gandali, Chambizi, and Gumba Community Day Secondary Schools when the schools do not have electricity. This is an unfortunate situation that we received the facilities without making sure that they will be used. But there are two options here. For us to wait for power from the grid, it might take long. It might be very expensive. I'm asking the honorable member, together with my ministry, to consider the provision of solar power at this school so that the science labs at these schools are operational more quickly. And I think that providing solar power will give us electricity there before the end of the year, instead of trying to bring to the school grid power, which might be at very distant places. So, honorable member, we will consult with you to see the options available to us at these schools. I have heard your request for girls' hostels at these schools. I have, like I've said before, we will consider girls' hostels, provide hostels where necessary, but I have mentioned also, and I'll repeat here, that our immediate concern and agenda should be to build secondary schools as close as possible to the communities so that children do not walk over 5 kilometers to access secondary education. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable members, we now move to questions. And Minister of Agriculture, Irrigation and Water Development. Question number 39, the honourable member for Nchisi Central East. Nchisi Central East, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker, sir. I rise to confirm that the question 39 indeed comes from Nchisi Central East at Nchisi Boma under Senior Chief Marenga and Galumo. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Honourable Minister of Agriculture.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Deputy, or I should say Second Deputy, First Deputy Speaker. Sorry about that. Good morning, and good morning to the House. I have a question from Nchisi Central East. Nchisi Central East is asking the ministry to consider constructing water intake at Nchisi Boma to address the long-term water challenges. In the short term, the ministry should consider rehabilitating the existing water tank, which is small, unreliable, and leaks. In addition, the honourable member for Nchisi East, Nchisi Central East, is asking the ministry to construct a new water tank that would help alleviate the immediate struggles and reduce the consumption of water from unprotected sources. The honorable member is also lamenting that the situation is affecting Chisi District Hospital because water distribution is sometimes uneven in some areas, which go for weeks without water. Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, I thank the honorable member for this question. Let me assure the House that government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, Irrigation and Water Development, is fully aware of the water challenges facing Chisi and has already put short-term, medium-term, and long-term measures in place to resolve them. On constructing a long-term intake for Chisi, Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, government has already included this in the Nchisi Water Supply and Sanitation Project, which the ministry, through the Central Region Water Board, has planned to undertake. It's a big project, which is costing over, almost, I should say, 100 billion kwacha, but the government has taken it upon itself to undertake this project in the very near future. In fact, the procurement process is almost completed. The project will develop a fully upgraded intake at Kaombe River and a new additional intake at Chafumbi River to provide a reliable long-term water source for Nchisi up to the year 2045. This is a government-funded project, as I said, with major works expected to roll out within the last quarter of this financial year and will include full system rehabilitation, new pumping systems, new water treatment plant, land reservoirs, and pipe work extension. The project is expected to be before. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, on rehabilitating the leaking water tank in the short term, government, through the Central Region Water Board, will rehabilitate the heavily leaking 311,000-liter steel tank, which is currently bypassed due to severe leakage. This intervention is among the short-term actions already prioritized, alongside repair of 40 boreholes and frequent desilting of the Kaombe intake to stabilize supply. The repairs for the tank are expected to commence in mid-December 2025 and to be completed by end of January 2026. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, on constructing a new tank to address shortages of water, which is also affecting the district hospital in Nchisi, this is also planned by the ministry, and the project will commence in the last quarter of this financial year. My ministry will construct 2 new large storage tanks of capacity 2.5 million liters of water to significantly increase storage and improve reliability for institutions such as Nchisi District Hospital. This will ensure 24-hour supply once the expansion works are completed. In summary, Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, my ministry has both immediate actions underway and a fully funded long-term project that will permanently resolve the water challenges in Nchisi, including the hospital. I thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you. I recognize the honorable member. I'm looking for those that have not had an opportunity this morning. Kasungu West. Yes, the honorable member with your hand up. There's a what? There's a Punzi. Punzi. Okay. I'm avoiding the word. I'm avoiding the word because in other languages it might be obscene. So I don't want to get to that level. There's a Punzi, and the honorable member. Sorry. The honorable member Kasungu Municipality. In that order, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Kasungu West to ask supplementary question to the Minister of Agriculture. What I wanted, what criteria the minister do use to construct the dam. I have in mind, we have some places where we don't have enough water so that we can control water to use irrigation. The area, for example, Chiujeni Senior Group in Kasungu, then I should ask the minister to reconstruct some dams where those areas, especially Linga Dam, Chimhoyo Dam, Chimpigo Dam, these areas, people surrounding there, they are all farmers. They want to use irrigation. Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. The honourable member for
Puzi constituency.
Puzi constituency.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker, sir, for recognizing people of the Puzi constituency to ask a supplementary question on agriculture. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to ask the Minister of Agriculture to consider that farm established program fertilizers at Tete, Lobi, Maonde, and Mpunzi are supplied in good time. Considering that the Mpunzi constituency is predominantly served by earth roads, which become impassable during the rainy season, making transportation of agriculture commodities extremely difficult, and also to make sure that people of the Mpunzi constituency are not disadvantaged during the planting season, in order to support the vision of His Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. Thank you.
Thank you. The honourable member for Kasungu Municipality.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Kasungu Municipality. I would like to ask the minister responsible to also consider Kasungu Municipality. This is a town that is marked as a secondary city, but for quite a long period of time, there's been a water crisis. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, I wanted to find out from the able minister how the ministry would want to address this issue, because for quite a period of time, people in this constituency have cried, but to no avail. Thank you so much, First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Kasungu Municipality.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, you're rising for, is that a point of order?
Your Honor, the First Deputy Speaker, I'm rising because I wanted to provide a question, because the second one from PUS is not directly related to the question.
So a supplementary question has to emanate from the original question. It has to be in line. He had asked something pertaining to the coupons. I'm liking to ask a question directly related to water as reflected on the GC question. So that's why I rose, because that one doesn't feel in the three ones.
Thank you very much, but the privilege of knowing which question is not related was not given to you in this House. I think the honorable members in this House trusted this office to the Right Honorable Speaker Samuel Gafar Suleiman, the first Deputy Speaker seated talking to you right now, and the second Deputy Speaker in the names of Machinga East. Can I ask the leader to extend time for question time, please?
First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that time be extended in order to allow ministers to continue answering questions. I beg to move.
Honorable Leader, do you want question time after her should be stopped, or we are extending question time after the health break?
We extend after a health break because I'm still waiting for some critical information.
Members, there's a motion that question time be extended after the health break. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Honourable Minister for Agriculture, you can take those questions and then we'll have a health break.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker. I would like to thank the honourable members for their questions. Kasungu West is asking what criteria is used for the ministry to construct dams in various areas of the country. Honourable First Deputy Speaker, this is done on the basis of prioritization, knowing our limited resources and assessment. And then the honourable member is also asking on whether the ministry can consider reconstructing dams like the Linka Dam and others. Honourable First Deputy Speaker, I would like to assure the honourable member that the ministry is indeed in the process of assessing these dams. Like in the next week or so, officers will go to assess the Linga Dam because we understand it's in a dilapidated state. Unfortunately, this is not supposed to be the case because we need this land for irrigation, including our dams. But somehow there is a problem in the ministry where most of these irrigation schemes are not being utilized. We are assessing the situation, and I want to assure you that these will be reconstructed and the irrigation land will start to be used by our communities. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, there was also a question from Honorable Member for Dedzankuzi asking about FISP. I want to assure the Honorable Member that I've noted his concern. I'll liaise with my colleagues in the ministry to make sure that they indeed get this fertilizer in time before the rains. That is our aim, and it's indeed at the heart of the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, to make sure that FISP is successful. We are conducting a press conference this afternoon at 1 o'clock to explain where we are, what is happening, the issues that have been raised by various sectors of this economy, including our own members here. So most of these issues will be addressed at that press conference. But I want to assure you, my dear honorable member from Dedzankuzi, that this problem will be resolved immediately. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, there's a question from Kasungu Municipality or a lamentation on the water crisis in the municipality. It is indeed unfortunate that there is a water crisis in Kasungu, especially at the town. I want to assure the honorable member that my team will assess the situation and address this problem immediately. We cannot accept a busy municipality like Kasungu to have a water crisis. I thank you, Honorable First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, honourable members. Before I adjourn the House, I suspend the House for a half a break. I have two announcements to make. The first one is to inform this House that we've received chiefs from Mchisi South constituents that are in the gallery observing Parliament proceedings. There are 42 chiefs from Mchisi South constituents. Tipempe, as gogo watu, amene tachoka ku Mchisi South, tiime kuti tikulandireni ku nyumba kuno. May I ask the honourable member for Mchisi South to rise? Welcome, Kalani, Tatogoza, Kalani, Tatogoza. Thank you very much, you can sit. Welcome to Parliament, our chiefs from Mchisi South. There's actually saying that chiefs are political, and they did not hear all what we said. So they are government personnel working on the ground for development. The second set of guests are coming all the way from Nkatabe South. Nkatabe South has brought us chiefs, religious leaders, members of the ADC, VDC for the constituency. So our distinguished chiefs and all dignitaries from Nkatabe to Kombo area and all areas around, please rise for your members of parliament to appreciate your attendance. Timoneni mafumu, timoneni. Mweuli. Aitromampa. Ndakulandriani. I'm still learning my Tonga, so at an appropriate time, you'll be hosting me there to continue with my Tonga classes. May I ask the honorable member for Nkatabe South to rise to appreciate the guests that are here. Thank you very much. Welcome to Parliament. Thank you very much. Welcome to Parliament. I reckon they did not hear what you were saying because that language was not parliamentary. When you said, oh, did you say Osata? I didn't hear you well, but that language was never parliamentary. So I hope they did not hear that part, because those chiefs and ADCs, their minister is here, seated here, the Minister of Local Government, and I hope he did not hear what they were saying. But all in all, our members, it has been a good start to the morning. I now suspend proceedings for a half a break. The House will resume sitting at 11:25. House suspended.